Okay, students, I am with my new slide, okay, and I'm going to explain line by line this poem, okay. So here you can see the first four line of the poem. Away, away in the northland, where the hours of the day are very few, and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. Okay, so the first four line is introducing about a place where the story is based. Okay, the poet says that days are very short and nights are very long in winter, and it's very difficult to sleep for the whole night because nights are so long in that area, means in that northland. Okay, so the first four line is giving the characteristics of the area where the poem is based. Where they harnesses the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows, and the children look like bear's cub in their funny furry clothes. Okay, here you can see that two images are given. In the first image, the Santa is sitting on a sledge. Sledge means a vehicle which is run on the polar areas where so many um, snow falls. And the next pic, you can see that some kids are in funny clothes because there was so hard winter. And two animals also are given. That two animals means the both are same. They are the reindeer, and reindeer are used to draw the sledge in those kind of areas. So where the harnesses of the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows. When it snows, the reindeer swift that draws the sledges, okay, in that area, and children wears these kind of clothes. They tell them a curious story. They tell them a curious story. I don't believe it's true. And yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. Once, when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it preaching just as he did, you know. Okay? So the poet is communicating with you. They tell them a curious story, means that they means who are they? The people of that area. They tell them means to the kids, a curious story. But I don't believe tis true. Tis true means it's true. Who is not believing? The poet. Phoebe is not believing that the story is true, but she is telling that you may find a lesson from that story. So she is going to explain in front of you, and the story starts. Once a good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it preaching just as he did, you know. So the first four line of the story is about a good Saint Peter, means a saint. Saint means the person who has some spiritual power, okay, and that kind of a person can do anything. And that good Saint Peter, name of that saint is Peter. He was running in the world, he was roaming in the world and preaching means giving the good messages to the people. And normally it happens that this kind of people gives the messages. Okay, so in the last line the poet is saying that, as you know, because you know that good saints just gives the preach and the good messages to the people. Okay, here you can see the pic of lady. Okay, he came to a door of a cottage. He came to the door of a cottage in traveling round the earth, where a little woman was making cakes and baking them on the hearth. Okay, so the scent was scent came at the door of a cottage, and in that cottage there was a little woman. Little means the short woman was making cakes, and she was baking the cakes on the hearth. Okay, and being faint with fasting, for the day was almost done, he asked her from her store of cakes to give him a single one. The good saint was very hungry because he was walking on the world, and it was very hard for him because he was hungry, and he was very faint. Faint means he was very weak with fasting, and for the day was almost done. That means it was the evening time, and so he asked her. Her means the old lady who was baking cake from her store of cakes, to give him a single one. Okay, so in these 8 lines we have been introduced with a little woman who was baking cake, and good Saint Peter was hungry, so he asked a little one, means a single piece of cake. Okay, yeah, see the next slide. भूख तो नहीं लगी ना, क्योंकि सामने केक दिख रहा है, वेरी डिलीशियस केक. ओके, कंट्रोल योर हंगर, because we are going to face the hunger of good Saint Peter. So she made a very little cake, but as it baking lay, because good Saint Peter had asked a cake, so she was going to make a very small cake to give him. But as it lie baking, she looked at it and thought it seemed too large to give away. Oh my God. Means good Saint Peter had asked a cake, a piece, so she decided to make a very short cake, very small cake to give him. But as she baked that cake in the hearth, in the oven, it becomes so big, and she was thinking, how can I give such a big piece to that beggar? Okay, therefore she needed another and still a smaller one, but it looked, when she turned it over, as large as the first had done. I am repeating. Therefore she needed another and still a smaller one, but it looked, when she turned it over, as large as the first had done. So she started to make smaller and smaller cakes, but each time she felt it was as big as the earlier one, and she was thinking, oh my God, how can I give such a big piece of cake to that beggar? She was thinking that good Saint Peter was a beggar, and how can she give such a big piece of cake to a beggar? Okay, wait. Yeah. Then she took a tiny scrap of dough and rolled it flat and baked it thin as wafer, but she couldn't part with that. I am just giving in these 4 lines in a very sad mood, because I am not happy with the greed of that old lady. मैं उस बूढ़ी औरत के लालच को देखकर खुश नहीं हूँ. Then she took a tiny scrap of dough. Dough means the mixture of the cake. And she rolled it flat to make a very small piece of cake, and baked it thin as wafer. Means a पतला कागज के जैसा इसको बेलने का कोशिश की वो. But she couldn't part with that. Finally she made a wafer thin cake from an extremely small lump of dough. However, even she could not give that small cake to good St. Peter. For she is just saying to herself, my cakes that seem too small when I eat of them myself are yet too large to give away. So she put them on the shelf. She is just saying to herself that it seems very small when I eat, but when I am going to give that cake to someone, it is looking very big, very large. So how can I give? So she just took that cake and put it into the shelf. Next slide. Then good St. Peter grew angry, for he was hungry and faint, and surely such a woman was enough to provoke a saint. Yeah. Good St. Peter became very angry because he was hungry and faint. Faint means the weak. And surely such a woman, this kind of woman who's this kind of habit, women's are meant that big heart she had. They are very kind. But this woman was very greedy, not kind. So her activity had made good St. Peter very angry. So, what happened next? And he said, who said? Good St. Peter said, you are far too selfish. You are far too selfish to dwell in human form, to have both food and shelter and fire to keep you warm. St. Peter calls her a selfish woman and was not therefore deserving the comfortable lifestyle such as house for shelter, water to keep clean. So everything she had, but she is not has generated the humanity in her heart. She has not generated. So good St. Peter was very angry with her. Okay, even he has said in the last line that you are keeping a fire in your heart, in yourself. Okay, next slide. Now you shall build as the birds do, and shall I your scanty food by boring and boring and boring all day in the hard dry wood. Now good St. Peter is giving a curse to that lady. Okay, now you shall build. What is the curse? Now you shall build as the birds do, and shall get your scanty food by boring and boring and boring, and all the day hard dry wood. He had given a curse to that lady that you must turn into a bird and you must build your home on the as the bird do, and you get your food by boring and boring on the dry hard wood. That means he had cursed that lady to turn into a woodpecker. Then, and as he just stopped his voice, then up she went through the chimney, never speaking a word, and out of the top flew a woodpecker, for she was changed into a bird. As he stopped his word, she changed into a woodpecker bird, and she flew over the chimney of the house. Means, as you can see in the chimney in this figure, here, and in the home she was being crushed, and she just turned into a woodpecker and come out of the chimney. Okay, next slide. She had a scarlet cap on her head, and that was left the same, but all the rest of her clothes were burnt black as coal in the flame. So her cloth was burnt into the coal, and she had a scarlet cap on her head. I think you can see in this picture. Okay, and every country schoolboy has seen her in the wood where she lives in the trees till this very day, boring and boring for food. I think you all have seen this kind of birds, woodpecker, and they get their food doing the hard boring into the hard wood, means the wood, lakdi. They get the food from the wood by boring into that. So, students, here the story of the poem ends. So, what happened in the story? In this poem, we have seen that a little woman was very greedy. She was baking cake, and when a good Saint Peter asked some piece of cake from her store, she couldn't give, because when she was going to give that piece of cake, she found that it's a very big to give such a beggar. Okay, so the beggar, who was a very good saint and having the spiritual power, crushed her, and after his crush, she turned into a woodpecker. So this is the final story of this poem. In my next class, I will come to you with the themes, because video is going very longer. Okay, so keep patience, listen the whole video.